Hi everybody, Holly Duckworth here, Aware Care Durango, and I am a Level 3 Quantum Healing Hypnosis Technique practitioner. And I wanted to pop in here today and talk a little bit about this symbiosis between the lower self and the higher self. And the entity that we're talking to, the part of you, the aspect of you that we're talking to in a QHHT session, Dolores Cannon called it the subconscious. And we can think about that as the higher self, the true self, the oversoul, superconsciousness, lots of different names, but basically it's the eternal aspect of you. So maybe the soul is kind of what resonates with most people in understanding what that is. And so when we're in that QHHT session, we're having a conversation with that subconscious or that soul aspect of you. And we can ask the question around what is the purpose of the incarnation of the small self, the not eternal part of you that's going through this particular incarnation, this particular life for very specific reasons. It could be learning some sort of lesson. It could be accomplishing some sort of mission. It could be just to be, or just to experience love, or to be a mom and bring certain people into the world. It's really an individualized and specific reason that you came into this incarnation. But one of the things that we find through QHHT sessions is that they're getting as much, they being the higher self and the soul, they're getting as much out of this incarnation as you are. So there's this symbiosis. So you've incarnated to have certain experiences in your three-dimensional human body. And then through that process, your higher self is getting some sort of benefit and some sort of experience out of that. And so it's a two-way street. Okay, so not only is some mission being accomplished through your incarnation, but then some learning and some growth is happening at the soul level by the experiences that you have. And so what we find out is then the way that we live, the way that we approach our lives, the way that we allow our higher self to be integrated into the process can really enhance this two-way street, this symbiosis. And so I call that higher self integration, the way that we allow the higher self to experience our humanness and experience the things that happen, and the way that we show up, the way that we be in our day-to-day lives can facilitate then the higher self's experience and the allowance of the higher self to experience the things that we're experiencing for its growth. Okay, so higher self integration may be something that you're very interested in. And what I've done is I've developed a process, a very specific kind of psychotherapeutic way in which we work with the small self to help the higher self in its ability to be integrated into this incarnation. And so we work with 3 cycles of growth, of small self growth. So we're specifically working with the small self, the ego self here, with psychotherapeutic techniques that work on the small self to then better allow the higher self integration. So the QHHT is direct conversation with the higher self. And then higher self integration, or HSI, is a way that we work with the small self so that on a day-to-day basis we're more able to acquiesce to higher self to fulfill those higher purposes. And so it's 3 cycles across 3 months, and then each cycle includes It includes self-assessments, psychometric assessments. It includes coaching, so phone call coaching, and then it also includes exercises and activities or further reading. And so if you're interested in that, then let me know. Certainly contact me, and I'll be sharing more information about this in other ways as well. But higher self integration, the way to connect our lower self and our higher self on a day-to-day, going to the grocery store, driving to work, talking to the colleagues, or chastising the kids, or whatever it is that we're doing on a moment-to-moment, day-by-day basis, in making space for our higher self and that to get what our higher self needs through our human incarnation. And it's a really, really great way to fulfill that purpose in this incarnation. So if you want more information, message me and I'll get that to you about what higher self integration looks like in detail. Thank you.